Which boxing world champions are built for the streets, and which other 5 boxing world champions would get absolutely folded and absolutely decimated and destroyed? We're going to get right into that in this video right now then. And we're going to be starting off with the 5 best in a street fight, starting with Alexander Usyk is number 1. I think this is a pretty obvious one. I mean, he's a massive guy, intimidating for absolutely anyone, if we're being completely honest. Undisputed world champ. He'd obviously be amazing in a street fight, if we're being completely real. You know, he's got a little bit of a background where he trains in MMA as well. You know, he hits harder than most people give him credit for. He beat literally every single big guy. You know, he beat an Eddie Hall in a street fight easily, for example. Not even competitive, in my opinion. I think Alexander Usyk would be absolutely class, and he'd absolutely destroy George Fox in one as well if that was to happen. So number 1, I'm going with Alexander Usyk. Number 2, I'm going with Gervonta Tank Davis. I think he's just got, he's got the looks for it. He's a bit of a thug in general, if we're being real. And, back in his day, he's got a history of many street fights in the past. He is a small guy, but he's got power. He's got, he's got everything, to be honest with you. He just seems like he's got a bit of a street fighty kind of style as well. He's got that swag about him. And yeah, I feel like it's obvious that Gervonta Tank Davis will be good on the streets. And, he's already proved it as well, it looks like, in the past. So I feel like he's got to be included in this list, probably at number 2. That is what I'm saying for Gervonta Davis. Number 3, I'm going to be going with Carlos Adames. He's got that street fight kind of brawling style, if we're being completely honest. He has. Big puncher, got some massive brutal overhands, which will load up, and really, he's got some real good accuracy as well. Carlos Adames does. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a massive bomb from Carlos Adames. I feel like he'll be really dangerous in the street fight, to be completely honest. Yeah, honestly, he's got that build. He's a very strong guy as well. We'll be able to chuck you about if he needs to. I mean, if it does go to the ground, I think Carlos Adames would be a good guy for a bit of good ground and pound on the ground, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I think Carlos Adames would be class in a street fight, to be honest. Then we go with number 4, Jai Opetaia. The guy is just ridiculously intimidating, isn't he? No one's going to want to fight him. That's the thing. He just has that aura about him where you're just not going to want to scrap him in the street fight. He's just got those intimidating looks to scare you off. You don't even need to do anything. And, if he does have to do something, he'd absolutely wreck you. He's a massive, good one-punch knockout artist, really. Boxes nicely. He's got quick movements. He can be quick in and out of there. And, we can just destroy you with one punch. Nothing needed. You won't be able to get the guy to the ground, to be completely honest with you, either. He's got those Samoan roots. Yeah, this Jai Opetaia would be class in the street fight. And, he'll be too intimidating for most people anyway. And then we go with number 5, which is an interesting one. I've gone with Nick Ball. I think he'd actually be good, to be honest. I mean, he's small, like Tank. He's very small in height, smaller than Tank. But he's got that style, really. And he just seems, he's got that grittiness about him. If it goes to the ground, he'd happily rip your eye out, if we're being completely honest. He's got that grit about him, to be honest. He's got that street fight kind of boxing style as well, that brawler kind of style, a proper relentless guy who's not going to let you breathe. And, yeah, if it goes to ground, he's a massive, wide guy as well. He's wide. He's small but wide. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like he'd be pretty dangerous in the street fight, to be honest. People will look at him and think he's an easy target, but once, you're going at it with him, it's not going to be good for you at all. And now we go to the worst boxers in the street fight. Number 1 is Shakur Stevenson. I could just see him getting thrown around, to be honest. I can see him getting thrown around. I just don't think he has that power either. If he was going up against a guy much bigger than him, especially as well, I just don't really see it ending well for him whatsoever if he's going up against a bigger guy. He won't really be able to hurt the bigger guy. Like, let's see, he was going up against Eddie Hall. He won't really be able to hurt him. He won't really be able to do anything. And, he's got, good agile movements and stuff. He could just get picked up and easily thrown about. We'll try his luck with a shot, but nah. I don't see it going well for him at all. Next up, we've got Sebastian Fundora. Again, he's really tall, really, really, really tall. But he's just not really got that kind of build, has he, in my opinion? I don't see him lasting long in a street fight at all against a much bigger guy than him in size or anything really. I don't see it ending well for him. I feel like he'll be an easy guy to be able to get to the ground and get some work done on him. Or if you land on him, I think he will get hurt by it. I just don't think he's got the build for it at all. I don't think he's got the style for it. He's got a good style for boxing, but for a street fight wise, I don't really think it would end amazingly well for him. Anyway, number 3, we've got the regular champion, but I'm still including him in it, Rolly Romero. I don't think he'd be all too great in a street fight, to be completely honest. I don't really think... he just doesn't seem like that guy who would be overly great in the street fight. You just catch him eye and think, it wouldn't end well for him at all, really. His style just wouldn't be able to do great. He's not really that brawler. He's just trying to be as technically good as he can. He just hasn't got the style for it. He hasn't really got the build of a street fighter either. I can't see him beating a much bigger guy than him overall. I can see him getting taken down, thrown about, beaten up. That's what I think. Then we go to number 4, Mario Barrios. He just doesn't strike me as a guy who will be great in a street fight. He really doesn't. Yeah, I just don't think he's got the power for it. I don't think he's got the build for it. I just don't really see him lasting at all, to be honest with you. Again, he's someone who I just see being chucked around easily. And then we go to number 5, O'Shaquie Foster. Again, he just hasn't got the build for it. His style's not it. He's a good technical boxer overall, who's slick, but when he gets a hold of him, he's absolutely screwed, if we're being completely honest. I don't see it ending well for O'Shaquie Foster whatsoever. Again, really good overall boxer, but he would not last in a street fight. No way, in my opinion, would he? So, yeah, anyway, that's my list. What do you guys think? Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching.